Belly's engagement is hanging by a thread. Conrad's silence is louder than words, and Jeremiah's world is about to collapse. Season 3, Episode 8 of the summer, I Turned Pretty isn't just another chapter. It's the explosion we've all been waiting for. The trailer release date has finally been revealed, and it promises heartbreak, betrayal, and a choice that will change everything. The countdown is over, and fans are holding their breath because Episode 8 of the summer, I Turned Pretty has become the most anticipated moment of the season. The trailer has dropped hints, whispers, and flashes of what's to come. But nothing prepares us for the emotional storm that is about to break loose. Belly stands at the center of it all, torn between two brothers who both hold pieces of her heart. Yet she knows she cannot keep them both. Her engagement to Jeremiah, once a symbol of stability and hope, now feels like fragile glass ready to shatter with the slightest crack. Every look exchanged, every word left unsaid, every secret Conrad hides becomes a spark to the fire that's burning beneath the surface. This isn't just love, it's war, and the battlefield is lined with broken promises, unresolved feelings, and the weight of choices that cannot be undone. For weeks, the show has been building to this very moment. We've watched the love triangle spiral into something darker, something heavier, something that fans didn't expect when the season first began. What was once about summer kisses and first loves has transformed into a dangerous game of truth, loyalty, and betrayal. Laurel's fractured bond with Belly only adds fuel to the chaos, as mother and daughter drift apart at the exact time she needs her most. And through it all, Jeremiah continues to cling to the hope that their engagement will survive, even as Conrad's presence lingers like a shadow that refuses to fade. The trailer confirms that the fragile balance between them is about to collapse, and with it, Belly's carefully constructed world. But this episode isn't only about romance. It's about identity, heartbreak, and choices that mark the end of innocence. Belly's journey has always been tied to love, but now it collides with the question of who she truly is when the people she loves most force her to choose. Will she fight for the safety Jeremiah offers, even if her heart pulls elsewhere? Or will she admit what fans have known all along, that her soul is tied to Conrad no matter the cost? The trailer teases glimpses of confrontation, silent tears, and a storm that Belly cannot escape. The very fact that the creators chose this episode as the turning point tells us everything. The writers are saving their most devastating punches for the end, and the love triangle, as we know, it will never be the same. Speculation is running wild, and theories are flooding the internet. Some believe Jeremiah will finally discover Belly's lingering love for Conrad, while others argue that Conrad himself will make one final bold move before she walks down the aisle. The trailer hints at decisions that feel irreversible, where time slows and every heartbeat carries the weight of the future. Could Belly really break Jeremiah's heart in front of everyone who thought their engagement was the fairy tale ending? Could she abandon the safety net of Jeremiah's love and plunge back into the uncertainty of her bond with Conrad? The truth is, the trailer gives us just enough to keep us restless, craving more, and fearing the heartbreak that lies ahead. This is no longer the simple summer story we started with. This is the storm at the end of the season, the one that sweeps away the innocence of youth and forces Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad to confront truths they've been avoiding all along. The trailer release date marks the beginning of the end, and with it comes the promise of a finale that will leave fans shattered, divided, and desperate for answers. Every second of the preview is a reminder that love isn't just sweet. It can be cruel. It can be devastating, and it can tear entire families apart. Episode 8 is set to prove that some choices come with no happy ending. And for Belly, the final decision may not save anyone, it may destroy everything. The trailer for Season 3, Episode 8 doesn't just tease us, it shakes us to the core. From the very first frame, it's clear that this episode is different. The tension is thicker, the emotions are heavier, and the stakes have never been higher. Belly's engagement ring, once a shining promise of forever, now feels like a weight, dragging her into a decision she isn't ready to make. Every shot, every carefully chosen line in the preview reminds us that what's coming is not just about love. It's about heartbreak, betrayal, and the end of innocence. The creators know exactly what they're doing, dangling the possibility of Belly's final choice while refusing to give us answers. Instead, they feed us fragments, whispers, and moments that leave us desperate for more. And fans across the world can feel it. The storm is here, and it's not slowing down. For Jeremiah, this trailer is a cruel mirror reflecting the truth he doesn't want to face. He's fighting for Belly, clinging to their engagement with all the strength he has, but the cracks are impossible to ignore. The way Belly looks at Conrad, the hesitation in her voice, the guilt in her silence, it's all there, and the trailer amplifies it. We see Jeremiah's hope colliding with Conrad's quiet longing, and suddenly, the love triangle doesn't feel like a romance anymore. It feels like a countdown to heartbreak, and no matter which brother Belly chooses, someone will be destroyed. This isn't just about who gets the girl. It's about what is lost when love becomes a battlefield. The trailer reminds us that every choice has consequences, and once Belly makes hers, there will be no turning back. But Belly isn't just fighting between Jeremiah and Conrad. She's also at war with herself, with her family, and with the expectations that have been placed on her since the very beginning. Laurel's disapproval hangs heavy, and the rift between mother and daughter is more raw than ever. The trailer drops subtle hints of a conversation, a moment of truth between them that could redefine their bond. Is Laurel pushing Belly toward one brother, or is she warning her that the path she's chosen will only bring more pain? Whatever the answer, it's clear that this storyline is more than a love triangle. It's about Belly's struggle to stand on her own, to claim her voice, and to face the consequences of her decisions. And episode 8 is where all those threads begin to unravel. The trailer's brilliance lies in what it doesn't show. We don't see the full decision. We don't hear the words that will break a heart. Instead, we are left with silence, longing stares, and fragments of moments that build unbearable suspense. Will Belly confess her true feelings to Jeremiah, shattering their engagement in a single breath? Will Conrad finally find the courage to say the words he's been holding back? Or will Belly surprise us all by choosing neither, walking away from both brothers in a desperate attempt to reclaim herself? The trailer keeps these answers locked away, leaving us with nothing but speculation and the gnawing fear that episode 8 will destroy everything we thought we knew. And it's not just fans who feel the weight of this moment. Jenny Han herself promised this season would take risks, break expectations, and leave us shattered. Episode 8 is the proof of that promise. The trailer echoes her words, showing us that the story has already gone beyond the books, rewriting key moments in ways that shock and devastate us. The flashbacks, the viral scene that sent fans into meltdown, the growing emotion, it's all been leading here to this breaking point. The trailer isn't just a preview, it's a warning. Brace yourselves, because once episode 8 arrives, nothing will ever be the same again. The deeper we dive into the trailer for the Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3, Episode 8, the clearer it becomes that this episode is designed to break the audience in ways we haven't seen before. This isn't simply another summer heartbreak. This is the unraveling of everything Belly has built her identity around. The trailer teases her fragile smile, her unsteady voice, and the way she clutches onto moments as though she knows they are slipping away. Fans who once rooted for a simple happy ending now find themselves trapped in the same turmoil. Belly feels pulled in two directions, unable to see where the pain will end. It's no longer a question of who she will choose, but of how much she is willing to sacrifice to hold on to love at all. And as the preview flashes from moment to moment, each cut sharper than the last, we realize that the emotional storm is no longer coming. It's already here. Jeremiah's presence in the trailer is almost haunting, because behind his smile lies a desperation that fans can no longer ignore. He has given Belly everything, his trust, his promise, his heart, and yet he senses it slipping through his fingers. The engagement that once made him the center of Belly's world is now cracking beneath the weight of unspoken truths. Every time Belly's eyes shift toward Conrad, every hesitation that lingers in her words is another fracture in Jeremiah's hope. The trailer magnifies this pain by showing us the subtle details: his forced laughter, his uneasy glances, his desperate attempts to hold on even when he knows the tide is pulling her away. Fans are left asking the hardest question of all: is Jeremiah fighting for love, or is he fighting to avoid being abandoned once again? The cruelty of it all is that the audience knows the answer, even if he doesn't. Conrad, on the other hand, is shown in fragments, as if the trailer itself struggles to contain the depth of his silence. His love for Belly has always been quiet but consuming, and in this preview the silence becomes almost unbearable. The way he watches, the way he holds back, the way his words are left unsaid, all speak louder than any confession ever could. And yet, it is this very silence that may cost him everything. Fans have speculated endlessly. Will Conrad finally break the cycle and confess before it's too late? Or will his hesitation once again allow Jeremiah to step ahead, leaving Conrad alone with his regret? The trailer refuses to give us clarity, but the tension in his gaze tells us that the moment of truth is closer than ever. For Conrad, Episode 8 isn't just about love. It's about redemption, about seizing the chance he has always let slip away. But Episode 8 isn't only about the brothers or even the triangle. It's about Belly's journey to face the consequences of her choices. The trailer shows us glimpses of her standing at crossroads, not just between Jeremiah and Conrad, but between the girl she used to be and the woman she is becoming. Her relationship with Laurel plays a vital role here because their growing rift mirrors Belly's inner conflict. Laurel has always been her guide, her anchor, but now their bond is fraying at the exact moment Belly needs strength the most. A single argument hinted at in the trailer suggests that Laurel sees the truth even before Belly does, that her heart is not where her words say it is. And this tension between mother and daughter adds a raw emotional layer to the story, reminding us that love doesn't just break hearts, it tears families apart. Fans are bracing for a confrontation that could change the Fisher and Conklin families forever. Speculation across social media has been relentless, with fans dissecting every frame, every breath, every half-smile in the trailer. Some argue that the final shot, Belly clutching something in her hand while tears run down her face, signals the end of her engagement. Others claim it's Conrad's last attempt to step forward, a move so bold it risks destroying everything Jeremiah thought was secure. And a growing theory suggests that Belly may shock everyone by choosing neither, walking away from both brothers in an act of painful independence. Whatever the truth, the trailer gives us just enough to torment us, but not enough to satisfy. It's a masterclass in suspense, holding the audience hostage until the episode finally arrives. The emotional weight of Episode 8 is amplified by the fact that this season has already stepped away from the books, rewriting key moments that fans thought they knew. The viral flashback scene between Belly and Conrad was proof that the writers are willing to break the mold and take risks that cut deeper than expected. If they've already thrown the rulebook out the window, then Episode 8 could be the moment where the love triangle itself is dismantled in ways that fans can't predict. Imagine a world where Belly doesn't end up with either brother, where the summer romance that once felt sweet and inevitable instead leaves nothing but broken pieces behind. The trailer suggests that possibility, and that's what makes it so powerful. It forces us to confront the truth that not all love stories end in happily ever after. And through all of this, one fact remains. Episode 8 is not just another entry in the series. It is the breaking point, the climax, the storm that will define everything that comes after. The trailer's release date isn't just a mark on the calendar. It's a warning that the story we've been clinging to is about to change forever. Fans know it, the characters feel it, and the trailer confirms it. Belly's engagement is a fragile promise ready to shatter. Her final decision is looming, and once it comes, there will be no turning back. This isn't just summer anymore. Is Heartbreak written in fire? Episode 8 is the spark that will set it all ablaze. The brilliance of the Season 3, Episode 8 trailer for the summer I Turned Pretty lies not in the answers it gives, but in the questions it forces us to confront. Every frame is drenched in emotion, but beneath the surface, it's the silence that screams the loudest. We don't need to see the full decision to know it's coming. We feel it in the way Belly's expression falters, in the way Jeremiah's confidence cracks, and in the way Conrad's gaze refuses to let go. The entire trailer is built like a countdown. Each second, another step closer to the inevitable heartbreak that will define this season. Fans are not being shown the happy ending they were hoping for. Instead, they are being prepared for devastation. And perhaps that's the most powerful part of it all, the realization that no matter what Belly decides, there will be no victory here, only loss. What makes this trailer so devastating is how deeply it plays on the emotional investment of fans. For 2.5 seasons, audiences have been caught in the pull of the Fisher-Conklin love triangle, watching Belly's heart stretch and bend between two brothers. Team Conrad and Team Jeremiah have fought passionately, but in this preview, both sides are left trembling. Jeremiah may wear the ring, but Conrad holds the history, and Belly stands in the middle of a war that love alone cannot resolve. The trailer shows us her hesitation, her guilt, and the shadow of regret before the choice is even made. This is the kind of storytelling that doesn't just tug at heartstrings, it rips them apart. And for the first time, the fandom isn't cheering for one outcome or the other. They're bracing themselves for the fallout, because episode 8 makes it painfully clear someone is going to be broken beyond repair. The trailer also teases the growing cracks in the family dynamic, which will be just as destructive as the love triangle itself. Laurel's tension with Belly has been simmering for episodes, but now it reaches a boiling point. The words we don't hear in the trailer are almost louder than the ones we do because the look on Laurel's face tells us she knows exactly where this is headed. She sees her daughter's conflict, her hesitation, and the way she is being pulled into a choice that will scar her for life. Fans speculate that Laurel may try to intervene, but the truth is, Belly's decisions are no longer hers to control. And that rift between them, mother and daughter standing on opposite sides of heartbreak, could prove to be one of the most devastating consequences of all. Because when the dust settles after Belly makes her final decision, who will she have left to lean on? Jeremiah, broken by betrayal. Conrad, weighed down by regret. Or Laurel, distanced by disappointment. The weight of expectation in episode 8 cannot be ignored. Fans know this is the turning point, the climax of a story that has been building since the very beginning. And the trailer makes sure we understand that every thread is being pulled tight. The engagement ring, the unspoken words, the unresolved feelings, the family fractures, they all converge here. This is not a story about summer anymore. This is about growing up, about facing the truth, about realizing that love doesn't solve everything. Sometimes love destroys, and Belly, caught between two brothers who love her fiercely but differently, must finally face the cost of every choice she's made. The trailer doesn't give us the ending, but it makes one thing painfully clear. No matter what decision comes in episode 8, Belly will not walk away unchanged. What's haunting about this preview is how it toys with our sense of hope. For every glimpse of despair, there's a flicker of possibility. Conrad's half smile, Jeremiah's tender gesture, Belly's uncertain laugh. These moments are designed to keep fans holding on, desperate to believe that happiness might still be possible. But deep down, we know better. The writers have already promised devastation. Jenny Han has warned us that this season would shatter us, and the trailer confirms it. Those moments of hope aren't the promise of a happy ending. They're the cruel reminder of what's about to be lost. It's the contrast that hurts the most. The way sweetness is layered right before the heartbreak. The way light shines brightest before it disappears. And fans, whether they admit it or not, are preparing themselves to cry. Social media is already ablaze with theories, with every fan dissecting the trailer frame by frame. Some argue the quick shot of Belly holding back tears is proof she ends the engagement, choosing her heart over her promise. Others claim the final look from Conrad is his silent plea, his last attempt to win her before it's too late. And some insist that the most shocking twist would be Belly choosing herself, leaving both brothers behind, and ending the love triangle once and for all. The genius of the trailer is that all three possibilities feel equally real, equally painful, and equally devastating. And that's why episode 8 feels less like a season finale and more like a reckoning. A reckoning for Belly, for Jeremiah, for Conrad, and for everyone who's been pulled into this story. And when that release date arrives, when episode 8 finally drops, fans know the truth. They won't just be watching a show. They'll be living through the heartbreak with these characters. The trailer has promised tears. It has promised betrayal. And it has promised the kind of pain that lingers long after the credits roll. For Belly, this is the final decision, the moment that defines her journey. For Jeremiah, it's the heartbreak he's always feared. For Conrad, it's the last chance to speak the words he's kept inside for too long. And for fans, it's the moment they've both dreaded and craved, the destruction of the love triangle they've obsessed over for years. The trailer has spoken. Episode 8 is not a story of happily ever after. It's a story of shattered promises, broken hearts, and the cruel truth that sometimes love is not enough.